What's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston, and there's only 4 people in the chat. How cozy is that? Seriously, I had absolutely no notice for this. I'm just making this video real quick because I was listening to another video of somebody else while I was putting up a light. I was installing a light fixture, and I was listening to people talk about how it is they were going to deal with the holidays. Now, here's the deal. I live in a really strange situation where my parents, my father and my stepmother, live downstairs, and I live upstairs. Okay, this was a family house. We bought this from my grandmother before she passed away. I moved in here 5 years before my grandmother passed away to take care of her because she was in her late 90s. I was the only one in the family that was single. I didn't have any kids. And basically, it seemed like nobody else wanted to do it. So I did it. It is what it is. I was the last person to hold my grandmother's hand before she stepped into the next realm. And that's just all there is to it. But the beauty of this is every year, Christmas is forced upon me whether I like it or not. Because where you see me out on my patio, usually making videos or doing whatever I'm doing, that's where they're going to hold dinner. So I have two choices. I can either bail, not be here for Christmas at all, no pun intended, bail worship, I didn't even think of that, or I can deal with them. But if you're anything like me, I find it very, very, very difficult to have a conversation or interact with anybody that's not awake because they have nothing to say. I can't stand it. I just got a bagel at Dunkin' Donuts, all right? Because I had to eat. It's 12:30. I've been up all day. I haven't eaten yet, so I grabbed a bagel. I know it's genetically modified. I know it is what it is, whatever. But I'm watching the people in front of me moving about like mindless chattel, and I'm watching them holding up their phones so the barcode can be scanned on their phones because they just love their technology. Meanwhile, I'm still paying in 1, 2, 3, 4 single Federal Reserve notes with the pyramid and the phoenix rising on the back, and the very small owl in the $1 spot. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't know exactly how it is I'm going to deal with this because everybody that's awake and they're surrounded by people that aren't awake. You might be married to somebody that refuses to wake up, and it's frustrating as hell, right? Right? If you go to a Christmas dinner or if you meet up with your family and just start blathering at them, 9/11, Sandy Hook, chemtrails, demons, CERN, D-Wave, they are going to look at you accordingly and think you're insane. If they're not awake, if they're sitting there talking about Trump draining the swamp or the Black Friday sale after Christmas and all this crap, they're not going to hear you. And what it's going to do, it's going to isolate you. You know what you could do? You know what you could do? You could very casually bring up how Harvard University has decided they're going to employ and have employed Operation Solar Shield. It's something that you can go to a website and open up and show them. They'll probably look at it and go, well, good thing Harvard's helping us or we'd all be screwed. You know what I'm saying? But chances are they might look at it and go, these guys are going to spray the sky and bounce the sun back into outer space. You know what I mean? That may plant a seed. That may help you out. But chances are anybody, I get it all the time. I get it all the time. I literally get 1,000 or more emails a day, and I try to answer them, but it's so hard because the people do it to me as well. Someone will finally get a hold of me, and they'll start blathering things at me. It's not a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Hi, how are you? And then you wait for the other person. Not too bad. And yourself? Well, I'm not too bad. Geez, traffic was really bad. You don't instantly go, 9/11, Sandy Hook. The false flags that they've perpetrated are all scientifically and psychologically designed to make people recoil. If you bring up Sandy Hook, other people are going to equate that to dead children right away, and you're not going to get any traction, and you can't prove it. 9/11, anybody that's got the ability to think whatsoever at all will understand that there is no way two buildings collapsed in 10 seconds. A 110-story building takes more than 10 seconds to fall down unless it's being propelled down with explosives, which it was. But still, most people are not going to hear it. You see what I'm saying? So I'm probably going to bail. It's what I do. I don't like to hang around. I don't like to pretend, and I can't engage in small talk. I suck at making believe. You know what I mean? Oh, geez, sports, geez, news. Oh my, isn't that great? Christmas, yeah, it's actually Saturday. People don't want to hear it. If you're forced into the situation, try what I said. Harvard University is a good one because everyone should notice they're spraying the sky, but they don't. But you can mention it. Don't force it down their throat, but you can at least back it up with Solar Shield from Harvard. So there's one. You know what I'm saying? At any rate, there's 550 people already with zero notice. That's astonishing. You could do some thumbs up here or don't. That's the other thing, too. All the people that typed, I'm in, I said, like, share, subscribe, and type, I'm in. So those are three things. Did everybody really do it? And it's amazing how much shit I get. You say don't watch television. That's right. I don't own a television. And yet I've probably got 1,000 or more people saying they're in. So relax, people, will you? Have a coffee. Or don't. I don't care. And if you're going to have a coffee, hopefully you've got one of these stylish look up Solar Shield coffee cups. Because if you were at dinner, that would be an icebreaker now, wouldn't it? Because it makes people think. Ah, I love the taste of fluoride in the morning. And I can't breathe. I wonder why that is. Every time I start talking. All right, let's check out the chat. Broken Reality has got the wrench. Edward Miranda, Jimmy Katz, K. Zoe. I don't know what that means. Typing I'm in the chat doesn't do one single thing at all, man. You're not listening whatsoever at all. That was yesterday. It was a whole nother video. I was simply referring to it. So Marcella Lewis, Jesse Reed, Lisa Grant, David Rocha, Betty R, Metal Mama, Jaded Optimist, Tom, Saint Longinus, I hope that's right, Sin Slayer, Bill H, Marvin Boggs, 3 a.m., Lady Test 57. Typing I'm in the chat doesn't, it's, I don't, yeah, you're missing the point. You're killing me. Why Zai? I think that's right. I think. I agree. People are such sheep. I'm watching people over there holding up their phones like mindless pawns, waiting for the kid with the laser pointer in his hand to scan the barcode on his phone to pay for his coffee. Because, you know, taking $2 out of your pocket, it's just so much more convenient to stand there like a dope and have some idiot with pimples all over his face pointing a laser at your phone and pulling the trigger. What could possibly go wrong? You see what I'm saying? It's frustrating, man. It's frustrating. And between Solar Shield, net neutrality, the rise of AI, Bitcoin coming out of everywhere, I'm going to say that 2018 is going to be one hell of a ride. Everybody keeps sending me the Economist 2018 cover with the 63 sigils on it. I've seen it. I've been looking at it for over a month now. I'm not inspired to make a video, so I have yet to make a video. So I will, but Richard Kalberg, the guy that I was supposed to do a live stream with, and every time I try to do it, something goes wrong. He did a breakdown from a 1988 Economist cover when the internet was not yet invented technically. 1989, the internet popped up out of CERN or wherever. 1988, the cover of the Economist magazine showed Bitcoin, and it said digital currency in 2018. The internet didn't exist yet, and they were already talking about Bitcoin and digital currency in 1988. That's how much of an orchestrated reality we live in right now. It is entirely, completely scripted. And apparently people like myself, people like yourselves, and other YouTube channels that you may or may not follow, we can see behind the scenes. We can see through the lines. But it's going to make us an enemy. I go to sleep every night, and it's always in the back of my mind, is my door going to come blowing off the hinges at 2 o'clock in the morning with a bunch of masked men telling me to get down, get down, get down, because they've decided that I've broken 5 felony laws because of the videos I make or my actions that I take. That's something that's going to come because I am not going to live in this new world order. I will not consent. I will not comply. I'm not down with it, man. So live your life every day. You think it's freezing out? Then take a walk. Go outside and experience it, because once we leave this earthly coil, who knows if you'll ever be able to experience any of this stuff again. We came here for a reason. We were all born into a system that a bunch of scumbag, creepy, pedophile, money grubbing, money changing asshats had already taken over. And instead of coming to Earth in the physical form and doing what we were created to do, they tricked everybody into thinking you have to go to school, you have to go to work, you have to pay taxes, you got to go to war, you got to get married, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then you got to die. Well, I don't agree with any of that, and I do not do as much of it as humanly possible. So there is that. Don't forget what you were put here for. Once it's over, it's over. It comes like a thief in the night. Most people never know they're going to die. Prayer. I talk to God through Jesus all the time. Absolutely all the time. Forgiveness, full armor, and I pray that those that I'm supposed to reach hear it, and then that's it. That's all you can do. You see what I'm saying? At any rate, that is all. That was it. So 750 of you jumped in 11 minutes. That is pretty outstanding. Okay, check this out. 007 said, man, I love you, dude. We might not ever have a chance to experience this again. Get out. I absolutely, totally, and completely agree. Completely agree. Why do I go to the middle of the desert? Because you're supposed to. Read the Bible. Half of the crap that they did was in the desert. I go to the desert. The desert's a crazy place, especially because there's nobody around and it's barren. But when the night comes around and you can actually see the split in the firmament and all the luminaries dancing around, it is a trip, man. It is an absolute trip. So there's that. I stood on the beach last night. It was 17 degrees and it was so calm and serene. It was amazing. But Christmas time, do what you got to do. If you want to make yourself, if you want to turn everybody against you and start blathering at them, have at it. But it's not going to work. It's actually going to work the exact reverse. It's going to work against you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say anything, the best thing I can possibly think of is solar shield. Because at least, there's a website and you got some backup. They're still not going to believe it. They're still going to think the scientists are doing a good thing. Moab, Shoney. One more thing. I'm not trying to be a dick, but when I give out my email, can you please do me a favor? I've asked a bunch of times. Don't send me other people's videos. I don't really watch other videos. It's a very, very limited pool. And don't send me pages long. I'm not going to read it. Look at the video I did last night. It's already got, what, 2,000 comments on it? What if I have to go through all those comments and then imagine all the emails? If you've got something to say, make it short, make it sweet. Don't send messages to YouTube Messenger. I don't even check that. It's very rare that I do. rjcjr10@yahoo.com. If you're going to hit me up, please just do it once. If I see your name a bunch of times, I might be in a bitchy mood and I might just put it all in spam, but I doubt it. If your comments are disappearing, that's YouTube, dude. If you guys haven't figured that out yet, I don't know what to tell you. If you put "we do not consent," it appears they put you in spam. Sometimes I go through, sometimes I do not. So if you need to get a hold of me, rjcjr10@yahoo.com. Keep it short, keep it sweet. I don't need other people's videos. If you've got a good link, I'll use it. George Kratz said, I am a donkey, as am I. We're all donkeys. We're all donkeys on a big jackass farm. Unbelievable, isn't it? This is our lives. This is our lives. We got people. It's just amazing. I'm really trying not to get a raging hate on against all these sheep I find myself surrounded with. But Jesus, Mary and Joseph, the externalization of the hierarchy is done. Now, what does that mean? It means the elites, the Satanists, the scumbags in charge have slowly exposed all of their secrets. They're pedophiles, they're murderers, they've stolen everything. They're putting it out every which way possible. That's the externalization of the hierarchy. That's what we were waiting to happen. It's basically happened. It's basically happened, and they've realized that most people around us don't even notice whatsoever at all. So now it's getting flagrant. Bitchy in Boston, indeed. Absolutely. All right, guys. At any rate, like, share, subscribe, or don't. Go make a video. Richie from Boston's a Freemason, transgender, homosexual. It's just ridiculous. But do what you got to do. I don't care. Don't feed the trolls. I am out.